Israel, the first time I ever spoke to you was after your UFC debut, and you said to me you were ready to jump in the UFC late so you could swim and eat the sharks that they threw you in there with.
Sushi.
A little bit later on, basically you've been in here for a cup of coffee now. I'd say you feel pretty vindicated by that approach.
Yeah.
With Rob, you know, I heard you in an interview just before this. You said you visualized this, you knew this was going to happen. So now that it is about to happen, how good does that feel internally for you, thinking, I saw it, I predicted it, it's here?
I don't really bask in that emotion yet till after the fight. That's when I really soak it all in. But yeah, it's pretty cool. When I step back and I look at it, I'm like, not many people could have done what I've done. And that's why you see a lot of green-eyed monsters in the UFC looking at me, because I jumped in and then out of nowhere I just blow up. I did all the right things, you know, fought a lot, said what I wanted to say, didn't humble myself and downplay my skills or anything. I spoke my truth, and a lot of people can't do that. They're not confident enough, so they got jealous, and then everyone now is trying to keep my name in their mouth.
Do you think that fight with Kelvin almost helped you a little bit because you showed that you can fight through adversity? I mean, that fifth round is something out of a movie script. Do you think that sort of maybe, not that you necessarily care, but shut up some of the naysayers?
Yeah, 100%. I know it did. Even a lot of the fighters after that fight, they're like, okay, all right, he's for real. But it doesn't bother me. All that matters is how I see myself. I already, like, you know that about yourself. I've pushed myself in training so many times. I know that when the going gets tough, I get going. But when it's under the pressure, like in the UFC, in the octagon, in the middle of a fight, after getting rocked in the first round, and then coming back and dropping him in the second round, and then whooping his ass till the fourth round, then getting rocked again, staying staunch poker face, and then turning it up to another level in the fifth round. What else can you say? And people are still saying, oh, it's a boring fight. Oh, you know, even Rob said, you know, if it had gone to Kelvin, he wouldn't have complained. I'm like, what fight were you watching, idiot? You know, like, I think that just says the kind of, what's the word? The kind of hope they have. They all want to just, it's just that, they can't help it. I used to be there, like crabs in a bucket mentality. I used to be, everyone wants to just kind of like, because they feel like it'll take away from them. But I never want to be that person again, and they can stay there. I'll just keep rising.
I was going to say, you kind of beat me to it there. You said a lot of fighters did give you that credit after that Kelvin fight, but I don't know if Rob really did.
Nah, that's what Eugene said. No fighter, like anyone who wants to fight me, even after Rob, who's the next one? The fucking Juice Monkey. Paulo Costa, yeah. He's not, he's same thing. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Everyone got my name in their mouth. And it's just that green-eyed monster because I'm doing what they wish they could be doing. So, yeah, they don't have to give me credit. They don't have to respect me. I'll make them respect me.
Do you think they're trying to convince themselves? We've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah, I do it as well. I've done it. You got to say the right things to believe it. But there's levels. There's there's levels to how you believe. And yeah, I'll go into it later on, probably in the documentary, about how I visualize and how I really make myself like believe things that and I manifest them.
You're on, I think, probably the cusp of maybe a spectacular finish away from being a serious superstar in this sport.
I mean, that.
You're well on your way there now. You just said you know that. It's a combat sports story as old as time. The guy gets there, rapid rise, success, and then it gets a little bit patchy. Are you prepared for that? Do you look at people?
You know why? Because everyone worries about this. That's their main goal. So you see a lot of guys that get this, and then they've clocked the game. That's it. And it's like, oh, what now? So I said, that's not the goal. He's not even the goal. He's just another, like, it's like a video game. You play video games when you play the boss. He's just one boss along the way that I have to beat. So I'm going to get past him and then get into the next little minions you have to beat till you get to the next boss. So, yeah, that's the goal. I never really had the belt as the ultimate goal, and that's it. I've won and get complacent. Never, ever.
I wasn't going to bring him up, but now you bring up the video game boss analogy. Does that mean the ultimate Gannon at the end of it's a guy called John Jones?
I wouldn't say ultimate, but he's definitely a boss on the game that I want to play against.
Fair play. With Rob, going back to Rob, because actually I remember you don't really like people.
Raider Stadium, Las Vegas, that's where it's going to happen. I decided when I was in July when I was in Vegas.
When?
Probably with the middleweight division. It's getting stacked. I like Cannonier right now. Costa I got to take care of and a few others. I'm saying 2021.
Early?
I'm fighting. I don't know. I'm probably early, yeah. Because I mean, the way I fight, 6 fights in 18 months. I just had a long break. I beat this guy in the first, second round, get another fight straight away, get another 5 fights. It's harder when you become champion, you know, double interim champ. So much weight to move fast. And then, yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Do you think he's the same fighter he was?
Nah, I saw him live. When you see someone live, you know, no, not the same.
I was going to ask the same question about Rob, but I guess we haven't had much of an opportunity to see him since his Romero fight.
I mean, he's been trying to get that experience again with wrestling on local shows and stuff, and that's to like get that feeling of competing. But there's a difference between competing in front of 60 people in some hall and competing in front of 60,000 in some stadium. There's a different kind of, I know pressure's an acquired taste, like caviar, you know. A lot of people can't handle it, and I've just been eating that, and it's delicious to me. But a lot of people, they can't handle it, and when it's on them, yeah, they fold fast.
Going off topic for a little bit, a friend of yours, Darren Till, posted on Instagram earlier this week how excited he was.
Very excited.
With a South Park reference. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, definitely.
He's actually moving up to middleweight to fight the guy that you just beat, Kelvin. Yeah. How do you see that fight going? Because a lot of people aren't picking Darren.
I know. Well, I fought Kelvin, that's the thing. And I know how hard I tried to take him out. So I know how hard he is to put away, but I might have softened him up a little bit for Darren. And Darren's a guy that southpaws, they're both southpaws, that's right. I love his left kick, left straight, curves the left as well. I think Darren's distance control will have to be a dictating factor in that fight. And Kelvin will probably use the same tactic he used to close the distance on him. So Darren will have to be the one to dictate the pace if he wants to win that fight. And Kelvin just has to, you know, be Kelvin, you know. I don't know. I have to look into it a little bit more. I'm just kind of, I'm racking my brain a little bit about it now. I have to think about it more.
And then, of course, back to Rob. I think a lot of people are saying after the Kelvin fight, they saw he landed on you, so they're saying, oh, maybe Rob's style is like your kryptonite. But actually, Rob in the past has said that a long, rangy striker who's taller than him could be his kryptonite.
Wonder Boy.
Well, this is it. So
I'm not like Wonder Boy either. I don't strike like him, but there's certain things I do. I can bend styles. I know some Taekwondo. I was a yellow belt once when I was like 9. I still have that in me. Yeah, you know, they can look at the last fight and see what they see. Everyone wants to see what they see. I do it all the time. I see what I want to see, and I create my reality. But there's a difference. Like I said, there's a difference when you're up at 3 a.m., you know, doing things to make things happen. No rituals, just, yeah. Let's call it juju. Yeah.
I think, I assumed before you fought Kelvin, you didn't really anticipate it was going to be this 5-round epic war. You've just been through one. Do you look at Rob and think, oh, I know this isn't going to be a 5-round epic war?
I don't say I know. I'm ready for it, though. I'm ready for 5, but you only need like 2 rounds. But I'm ready for 5. If it goes 7 rounds, I'm fit. It's crazy. I felt so good yesterday. I annoyed my wrestling coach by just telling him how good I fit. He's like, yeah, we get it. Okay, you fit. Because they see it as well. And they can feel it on the pads and everything and the timing. They can see it. So for me, it's I just have to just chill, slow my roll. Don't come too fast. Just relax and let it build up till I walk through those doors.
And that's life advice for all young men watching.
100%, yeah. Okay. I think so. I think a lot of people don't teach you how to manage your manhood. So yeah, take pride.
And on that note, we'll call it a day.
Easy as.
Thanks very much.